back when I was still living in Koreatown, I was getting into all kinds of bull. From getting jumped, stealing cars, burglaries, living with pimps, all kinds of shit, right? And I pretty much started this YouTube channel based around my stories, and I gradually transitioned into the videos that I'm making today. But I wanted to throw it back to my roots, and I couldn't think of a better story to tell you guys than the time I got held hostage by Sureno gang members for over 2 days. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. No, I will not be mentioning any real names in this video, and it's been over 5 to 10 years since this happened, so I'm pretty sure the statutes of limitations on or hostage situations has already been over with. But back to the story. When I was still involved with all kinds of bullshit in the streets of LA, I got linked with all kinds of bad characters. And during the time this happened, I was already homeless at the time, and I was actually living with this pimp. And for this story, we're gonna call him B. Now, I actually already made a storytime video covering my time living with this pimp and his two, but I'm not going to touch on that too much in this video. But if you guys are interested in that story, I have the video linked in the description below. Anyway, while I was living with this pimp, he introduced me to a guy named X. Now, X was an older Korean dude, most likely probably in his 30s by the time I had met him. And he was pretty known in Koreatown for pushing weight and also being involved with the lifestyle. So B, the pimp, wanted to link us up so that we could potentially make some money together. So I agree, and I tell him, let's go meet the dude. And when I first meet him, I was thrown way off guard because he proceeded to bang on me, and he was claiming the Sureno gang. He was like, what's up, bro? My name is X. I'm from Wooty Woo, Wooty Woo. And I was like, what the heck? Because this dude looked like a straight up ajoshi. And if you don't know what an ajoshi is, it's basically just a regular looking Koreatown old dude or a middle-aged guy. So it's not uncommon to see Asians from Sureno gangs, but I was just thrown off guard, like I said, because the dude did not fit the profile. Real low key. So when X and I first met, he had already heard a little bit about me. He knew that I was like on my little burglary and that I hit a couple houses, and this is what my hustle was, right? So I agreed to meet him at his apartment because he wanted to show me some stuff. And when I pulled up, he had a couple MacBook laptops, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get these off. How much you think I could get for these? And I was like, bro, the iCloud lock really changed the game. Like, I wasn't sure if he could get any money for these. So at this point, he's already getting a little frustrated with me. He said something along the lines of, then what are you good for then? So me being young and stupid, I told him, shit, I'm down for whatever. What's good? What you got for me? You know, like I had something to prove or something. So he tells me, okay, I'm gonna pick you up tonight over at B's apartment. Just be ready. One of my homeboys is gonna come scoop you up. So that night, his homie comes through, and he was a bigger, heavier set Mexican dude. I cannot remember what they called him, and for the sake of the story, we're just gonna call him L. I know there's a lot of letters. I'm sorry, it's gonna be a little hard to keep up. So L drove me back to X's apartment around 2:30 in the morning. And he doesn't really tell me what the fuck is going down. And we just pull up and we pull into one of the garages. So X's apartment, it was like one of those apartments where it has a garage at the bottom and all the units stacked on top of it. So after we pull into this garage, he points at this white van parked all the way towards the back. He drives up to it, parks next to it, opens it up, and starts bringing out all these power tools outside of the back and into this other car. And I'm just putting 2 and 2 together like, oh, okay, so this must be a lick. So I just, proceed to help the dude move some of the power tools into the car. And after all that's said and done, we meet up with this other older Korean dude that comes and buys these power tools. I don't know what the was going on, but anyway, that's besides the point. After X and L got the money from these power tools, I guess the plan was to go pick up some dope or crystal, right? Now, in hindsight, this was where I up. X and L mentioned that they were gonna pick up an ounce from somewhere around 300 to 350, and at the time that sounded really expensive to me because I was used to getting my ounces of crystal for like 180, 220 at the most. So my dumb ass decided to say, damn, that sounds expensive, bro. I get mine for way cheaper. And that's when X pressed me and was like, man, where you get your shit from? Because like you're low-key up the prices around here then. So at this point, I tell him, look, I can't be giving out my plug like that, and plus he doesn't really like me giving out his number to people that he doesn't know. So at this point, X gets really frustrated with me and tells me we're gonna go back up to the apartment. Me, X, and his homie L get into the elevator. We go back up to his apartment, and he tells me, look, give me your phone, bro. And I'm like, look, bro, even if I give you the phone number right now, there's no guarantee that my homie's gonna pick up the phone. It's freaking 2 o'clock in the morning. So X has the brilliant idea of, okay, then we're gonna wait. And I was like, great. Now I'm stuck with these two dudes in their apartment. I have no gun because at the time I was a felon on the run. I had a warrant for my arrest. The last thing I wanted to get caught with was a gun. And I know what you're thinking, Sergio, you're stupid. You put yourself in this situation. So now I'm waiting in this dude's apartment. He's getting high and he doesn't want to let me get high. So I'm coming down hungry as just waiting for the morning to come. Long story short, I was uncomfortable as hell. Now the morning comes, X goes, okay, call him from your phone then. Thank God he answers, right? He answers the phone and I tell him, look, bro, I'm with this dude right now. He just wants to talk to you about some business. I'm gonna hand him over the phone. I give it to him. X takes the phone and he walks out the room. Now, I already know how this conversation is gonna go, right? Because I already know how my homie is. He specifically told me to not give out his phone number to people that he doesn't know. So X comes back into the room looking frustrated and he tells me, look, bro, I don't got time for this shit right now. I gotta go take care of some shit. So after getting frustrated with the phone conversation, X leaves the apartment and he tells his homie to watch me. And we're waiting around for feels like a whole nother day. When he finally gets back home, they feed me one bowl of ramen noodles. I was hungry as still coming down off the dope, and they tell me that we're gonna go for a drive. So I'm like, all right, great. I get in the car, they're driving me down. We go to 8th and Hoover. I remember this. They dropped me off at the corner. They left me with no shoes. They left me with no phone. They said something along the lines of, don't be selling shit around Koreatown. You're the prices, and they just took off. I can't remember anything else they said. Long story short, don't be around in Koreatown. It's back then it was bad. Now it's even worse. Now, Koreatown, it's got all kinds of hoods, bro, and you never know who knows who. It's kind of a small city, but at the same time, not. It's a trip. But anyway, after they drop me off, I'm tired as shit. The pimp lives on 3rd and Vermont, and if anybody's familiar with Koreatown, 8th and Hoover to 3rd and Vermont is quite the walk. So I had it cut out for me, but I made it. I got to the apartment. The homies were home. I told them what happened. And from that point, I never associated with X again. And to be honest, after that, I started conducting a lot of my business in cities like Pasadena and stuff. And you guys just have to understand, me, I was never a gangbanger. I didn't have the same type of backup that somebody was affiliated would have. So there was no option for me to slide back on him or get my get back. This dude was affiliated, a gang member, strapped, and probably had a bunch of homies that were on tweak, and you never know with these freaking meth heads, man. So long story short, keep your nose clean. Koreatown is a pretty vicious place. I hope you guys enjoyed today's storytime video, but until next time, I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace.